Do you think that the citizenship issue with Obama has been finally put to rest and it won't foment again?
One of the things about the internet is the internet's a little bit like, where's that place in Pennsylvania where that underground fire is still going on after 15 years, remember, in eastern Pennsylvania? I mean, things never die on the internet. They never disappear. They're always
forever.
They're always Googleable, and there's always going to be a bunch of people who are going to sit around the campfire and discuss it. For me, it was dispositive that the birth certificate from the state of Hawaii shows what it shows. Now, if you want to argue that that's a forgery, fine, but once you see that, that's all you really need to know.
So a couple of other things that I consider to be truly pressing. You're from Pittsburgh.
I am indeed.
So that means you're a Pennsylvanian.
I am.
And your friend Chris Matthews has been rumored to be running for the Senate. Now he told me one night that he'd made some decisions about his future, but he wouldn't tell me anything more. So do you want to finish? Do you think he's going to run? Do you think he should run?
Can we turn the tape off now?
Nah. We cut this part out.
Yeah, no, I think Chris is undecided. I know he's undecided. Or I'm pretty close to knowing that. I just spoke with him. I just taped his Sunday show,
right,
which will be shown after Christmas. It's a look back at the year. And I can tell you that Chris is truly agonizing over it. He did not do this despite what the catty, chatty stuff you see on the internet.
For a new contract.
This was not a way to pressure NBC. Believe me, because his contract with NBC is not up till June. So if he were using this to pressure NBC, it was a faithfully
he actually cares too.
Wrong strategy. Okay, so number one, it wasn't that. What it is that he cares about this stuff. And one thing that most people don't know about Chris is that he ran for office once before. In 1974, not long after he'd gotten back from the Peace Corps, and he was in West Africa in the Peace Corps, he jumped into what turned out to be a three-way Democratic primary for a U.S. House seat in the suburbs of Philadelphia. He ended up losing in that primary. If he'd won and gotten elected, he would have been part of the so-called Watergate babies. He would have been one of the Watergate babies who got elected in '74 in reaction to Richard Nixon. Well, he missed that turn of the wheel.
Yep.
And I think ever since, as the son of a court clerk in Philly, as a guy who grew up inspired by the Kennedys and the Peace Corps and
a Hill staffer,
and the Live Dream, and a Capitol policeman and a Hill staffer and the spokesman for Tip O'Neill and the speechwriter for Jimmy Carter. Politics is in Chris's blood, and he considers himself a participant and not just an observer. That's what makes him so great on television, because when you see him on Hardball, it's like you're looking into the psyche, you're looking into the mind of a political guy.
Yeah.
And so he's genuinely torn about what to do. I don't think he's decided. He's going to decide over the holidays and let the world know. I will say this. If he does run, and he's a very close friend of mine,
I know.
I've never endorsed anybody as a candidate, because that's not what I do. But he's my friend, and I'm from Pittsburgh, and if he runs, I'm for Chris.
There you go. You heard it right here. So lastly, and not to reveal too much about your private life, but since it's out there in the press that you're a Sidwell Friends parent, I just want you...
I didn't know where you were going with that.
I know. Don't worry. Is there a chance that there will be Crips and Bloods types duels in the hallways between Clinton kids and Obama kids, which some reporters are trying to suggest that there's going to be this great strife in the hallways of Sidwell Friends?
No. Well, first of all, it's a Quaker school.
Yes, but the Clintons and the Obamas and their acolytes are not.
I think not. Actually, as I was saying, the cabinet, there's a lot of Clinton. It's like a marble cake. I mean, there's a lot of Clinton mixed into the Obama cabinet. Similarly, at Sidwell, there's a lot of Clinton mixed in with the Obama and a lot of Obama in there. There were more Obamatized than people generally reported. So I think that's completely overblown. However, the administration at Sidwell has made it very clear that they were extremely unhappy with the Sidwell crowd at the Sidwell-Murray basketball game, where Murray was ahead and the Sidwell kids couldn't think of anything else to chant. So they started chanting, Obama, Obama.
Oh my God.
And that was way beyond the pale, and the edict has gone out.
It's the name you cannot
Don't brag
mention.
on the Obamas. And I think one of the big selling points for the Obama family was because Chelsea had gone through there, because Al Gore's son ended up finishing there, and they kept out of the headlines and kept everything private, and there was no leaking, and the parents weren't talking, that this was very appealing to the Obamas. But I would just warn everybody at Sidwell, as well as in the Obama camp, that since Chelsea was there, things have changed. The media has become even more intrusive. The internet has become even more widespread. Twitter is Twitter.
Yep.
Okay, and if the kids are twittering, I mean, if I were the headmaster at Sidwell, I would say
And cell phone cameras or cell phone
no
cameras.
twittering, no cell phone
cameras.
cammering, because there'll be a ready market. See, it's a different thing also. The Obamas are a global celebrity phenomenon of unbelievable proportions. Go into any supermarket and look at the lineup of magazines there. And it's got a sort of
It's no longer just Newsweek and Time.
No, it's got a paparazzi gloss to it, which is bad. And I hope and pray that the kids get to just be kids, because they talk about the reasons Obama won. How could you not love those kids? So that's
spoken, but like a parent.
Right, exactly.
Howard, thank you very much.
Thank you, Carol.
Let's hope that we have an interesting 2009. This is your Georgetown cupcake, because they all got eaten. And thank you all.
Thank you.
See you
if you
down
want to buy
the road.
the book, it's next door.
And we're going to see you. And you guys go line up. We'll be right there.
Go line up and I'll sign them if you want.